It is a wonderful Thursday morning. Welcome back to the Mayhem to Marketing show, and we are going to talk about one call to action. It's a beautiful Thursday morning. I haven't recorded an episode yet in the morning, so it's kind of weird to be up and at it. You might be able to hear my voice is a little groggy. Today I'm driving an hour and a half, almost 2 hours to Annapolis, Maryland to print an owl that I drew and make prints of it so that I can send them out to people who ordered them. So thanks to everyone. If you're listening to this, thanks to you who ordered them. But you're probably not listening to this because no one's listening to this podcast right now, to this show, because I'm not really making it public. And I feel like I don't really need to yet. I know there's going to be no listeners yet, and I'm okay with that. That's just the way it is. And I don't want to get all hype about something when, there's really no one to listen yet. So I might say, hey, I've been recording on YouTube. Come join me. I might say that eventually, but right now I don't really need to. I'm just trying to get these episodes out of the way and try to be consistent with them. So far I've been doing pretty good, so I'm proud of myself. But yeah, it's a morning and the sun is shining and I got to go to Annapolis today. I went 2 days ago and it was, I dropped off the drawing. It was like 4 p.m. and I called them earlier and they said they could do it that day, but I dropped it off and they were like, yeah, the main guy to do this, to just make sure it's done right, he doesn't come in until tomorrow. I was like, and then it snowed yesterday and it iced over and I wasn't going to do that. So I got to go back today. It's like 3 hours total of driving, which is fun. But I'm good. So today I wanted to talk about the call to action. There is, if you don't know what a call to action is, a call to action is just saying, hey, come do this. It's in sales, it's in copywriting, it's in all those things. And it's just saying, hey, I've got this offer. Come get it. It's the come get it part. Or I've got this discount. Click this button to come get it. Or call this number to register. Or whatever it is, it's that call to action. So I want to talk about a quick story. Yesterday, I went to a place for lunch, and this place for lunch, I went and met a pastor and at my church, and he's a great guy, and it's a very small town Delaware restaurant where everyone knows each other. This pastor that I've met with, he's connecting with all the employees, and the employees can share about their personal lives, and it's just really a really intimate setting, and it's really, really cool. And they got good food for a small town restaurant. But they just got this new pastry casein, and it's an amazing looking thing, but it's a big deal. It's a big deal because it's a small town, and you point out things like that. Hey, nice case when it's a small town. It's just something that you notice. And so this pastry case is like built into the countertop where you check out, and it's like this tall, and it's lined with tons of different pastries. And I was like, oh, those all look so good. How do you choose? And the lady there, who I've got connections with, everyone knows everyone, and the lady there was like, oh yeah, everything's good. How do you even choose? And then I forget who it was. It might have been the pastor. It might have been her. But, oh yeah, it was it was her that said, we got these new these donuts in. These donuts are brand new. We've got sugar, we've got a chocolate. And Adam the pastor is like, oh, yeah, those are really, really good. You got to try them. And the lady's like, yeah, they're cake, so they're not like fried, but they're baked, and they're like cake donuts. And they're super, super good, and they're tiny. And I looked at them, and I was like, I got to have that. So I had one. Actually, I had two. But they're like tiny, and they were really good. They were really good cake donuts. Sorry. And so I just want to use that example because I was trying to think of examples of call to actions that actually stood out to me, and that is one. But there's another point I want to make about that call to action that I think is really, really important that you get. And that is, there's a call to action that is specific, or there's a call to action that is way out there. And specifically, I want to talk about the one call to action kind of strategy. The one call to action is saying, hey, there is only this product here. You need to get this product. And that creates, that's the best strategy out there because it creates exclusivity and it allows you to hype up a particular product. So with that donut example, there was tons of products out there, but there was one in particular that the lady said, you need to get this one. And in my head, I'm like, they're all good, but she says I have to get this, and it sounds really, really good. I've got to get this one. And so she actually wasn't just making a ton of call to actions, saying, hey, here's the whole case of pastries. Pick one. Some of them are more expensive than others. Like I have so much choice in my hands. There was one that she said you need to get, and I was like, I guess I got to get it now. And so I got it. And there's something special about that one call to action that lets you bring someone in and say, okay, listen to me as I talk about this one thing. And I reinforce the case for this one thing. Focus on this one thing. And it really ties in things that just give the customer, in a sense, because marketing is it's about influencing so that you are actually helping the person. So that lady was influencing me to get the donut because I wanted a pastry. She was doing some sales to me, and she ultimately got the sale. And so with that, that's how she got me all encompassed in this donut, is by talking about the donut and not all the pastries, just the donut. And that got me. So there's something very, very particular about that called one call to action strategy that is special. So I want to take you to the computer really quick, and I want to show you the difference and how this looks on the internet when it comes to, call to actions and having multiple versus having one. And you ultimately get to pick what you want to do for your business. But you want one call to action in most circumstances. So let me show you. All right, so I'm in my Amazon right here. In my Amazon, I just kind of blocked out a little piece so that you don't see all my sensitive information. But as you can see, there's already 3 items right here. There's 3 items here, 3 here. And you might be saying, Amazon does so well. Like, why are you trying to make a case against Amazon? I'm not. See, this works well for Amazon. This works very, very well for Amazon's business model, is give tons of options. And there's tons of e-commerce businesses out there too that work too. That you have a full cart of things, or a full store of things that you can buy. But if you are not doing e-commerce, and even if you are doing e-commerce, there's a particular way in which you can use a funnel in order to use one call to action and make tons of sales. So I want to go down here a little bit, but you can see all of these different, like, they're all really good. Tons of them are Prime. And normally when I'm shopping on Amazon, I don't know about you, but I look for things that are Prime because that I know that it's kind of verified by Amazon. So yeah, and I've actually, where is it? Yeah, but things like this, I actually know the people here, that I have connections to the people who sell these, and they actually do pretty well. But, yeah. And so if you want to sell a towel on Amazon, it's going to be, you're going to have tons of competition. It's going to be very difficult. This is what marketers call a red ocean, because it's bloody. The waters are bloodied up with competition. Let me scroll back down to, but, and they do well on Amazon, but I heard it's not the best. It's like an up and coming family kind of business. So, I have a feeling that a lot of what they're dealing with is their competition. They've got lots of competition here because there's a lot of competition. So, but let me actually show you an example of a funnel. Oh, let's see if I can. So, let's see. Stop share. I'm going to reshare. Here we go. So ClickFunnels, a lot of you may know what ClickFunnels is. It's basically a one call to action website builder. If you scroll down on their main page, they specifically have one call to action that you need to pay attention to, and it's the start 14-day free trial. And right here, they've got a video that builds on their case as to why you should click this button. They've got copy as to build on their case as to why you should click on this. For anyone who doesn't know what a ClickFunnel or what ClickFunnels is, or what a funnel is, this is for them to figure it out, so that ultimately they can click on this. And you scroll down more, you can sell products on here. If you don't know how you use it, so he's addressing all of the different things people might say, and I don't want to buy it because of this or this. He's able to do all of this because there's one call to action. If there were like get a 14-day free trial or get this book, if that was like all scattered around this page, it would be, it'd be difficult to track. If you've listened to any of the Mayhem to Marketing show up to this point, I've really reinforced that you need to be able to track things. And if you can't track things, then you don't have a business because you don't know what you're doing. That's the whole point of the title, is to bring the chaos into order. And so if he was selling two different things on here, he wouldn't know whether it was that they didn't want the book or that they didn't want the 14-day free trial. And you can really only know truly if people do or don't like your offer if you only have one call to action. It comes back to the whole middle school science of having the one independent variable that you're testing and a bunch of dependent variables. I think that's how it goes. But yeah, you need to only have one call to action on things like this because you don't want to overwhelm people and you want to know what works and what doesn't. As we keep scrolling down, we keep seeing this button. If I fill this out, for example, let's do e-commerce. Where'd you hear? I'm just clicking a bunch of... And then it goes to a case study as to why you should click that button. All right, you get a free case study. That's cool. But then it goes right back to the other page. If I keep scrolling down, there's another video. There's a demo. Like, hey, this is how it works. There's nothing you're going to expect everything. Yeah, like, there's nothing you are not allowed to be clueless as to what you're getting into. There's all these different things that you can try. But ultimately, all of this, even if I click one of these, like follow-up funnel, let's click backpack. Show me more. If someone clicks on that, they're really interested and they're like, whoa, I really want this feature. There's an explainer video. And then copy. Just to convince you to use backpack and ClickFunnels. As we scroll down. Wow, it's a complete how-to. Really easy. They're trying to say, it's really easy. You should get it. You know exactly what you're doing now. It makes things so simple for you. Start your 14-day free trial. So, yeah, that's really what it is. It's but there's something special about it. That this one call to action that one gives you tracking, two, it allows you to tell a really, really good story. Just like that lady in the bakery or the restaurant told me, like, it allowed her to say, this is really good. This is why it's good. So many people have gotten it. It's new. It's popular. Actually, and that's when Adam the pastor said, I just remembered he said this to me. He said, let me stop sharing my screen. He said that there's one person who bakes all the pastries and they're super good and they're always trying new things. So just mentioning that donut brought up all of this, and they're all reinforcement things to get me to get that one donut. Really cool. I'm going to switch over to my iPad now. Yep. So let me know if this helped you, if you really, felt like this was a good tutorial on why one call to action is really, really important. Unless you're in e-commerce, and even then, you can even sell things with one call to action. It's a really, really strategic way to bring in all of the reinforcement statements and reasons someone should buy from you. I will talk to you later. I'm going to have a good day. I'm going to finish off this thing and run to Annapolis and have a good day. I hope you do too. Enjoy. I hope it's sunny where you're at, because I'm going to be happy driving in the sun and maybe listening to some podcasts and stuff like that. So I will talk to you later. See you soon.